Shalom. All praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Basham, Yahshai, Basham, Rakah, Kwadash. Double honors to the elders and the apostles of the great millstone, and salutations to all you sincere Akim. And this is your brother Abawan back again with another video through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Basham, Yahshai, Basham, Rakah, Kwadash. And what I want to go into, you see the heathen, right? And even Jake as well, because you have a lot of Jakes that are into Islam are celebrating another wicked pagan high holy day, because just like Christianity and just like Judaism, Islam is another pagan religion that people always flock to. And Islam, Christianity, and Judaism are all umbrellas, right, under the term Abrahamic religion, which of course is going off because they say that, oh, well, it all goes back to Abraham, the Hebrew, right? But if you go into the scriptures, you see that Abraham did not follow any of the teachings of whether it's Christianity, Judaism, or Islam. And you see that the worship that you have in these different religions are not according to the scriptures, right? Even though they all claim to follow the scriptures. You have Judaism with the Torah, right? But these small hearts, and you can see from their practices that they don't follow the scriptures. Same thing with Christians, and same thing with Islam. It's already a matter of public record that in one of the books of the Quran, it tells you that the scriptures is the one true. It tells you that it tells you to read the scriptures. If in fact the Quran even talks about our Lord Yahweh Shai, even though they say that he's just a prophet, but anyway, that's beside the point, and they're trying to, and you have Islam's that Muslims like that are always trying to link, right, the Prophet Muhammad to the scriptures. I think it was in Malachi 4 verse, I forgot the exact precept, Malachi 4, where he talks about the coming of the apostle John, and they're trying to link that to Muhammad. But that's beside the point. What we're focusing on is, another wicked high holy day that is celebrated among these Muslims, right? Because here in Nigeria, you have a sizable population of Jakes that are into Islam. And you also have a lot of Hamites here in Nigeria as well that are into Islam, which is your Hausa and Fulani. And that's not who I'm talking about. Who I'm talking about is the Yoruba, and Igbo tribes and all the other, tribes, all the other Israelite tribes that are here in Nigeria that are into Islam, right? Mainly the Yoruba, that's Levi, and also Igbo, Judas, where you have a lot of Igbos that are also into Islam, and they are also celebrating this wicked high holy day. So you have another population of Muslims over there in Babylon the Great as well, where you see Jake will leave the church, plantation Christianity, and go into Islam, which is another pagan religion, another wicked religion that is not of the scriptures. So just a brief summary of what Eid al-Fitr is. But before that, let me get this precept, because even the scriptures tell you that. Let's go to this. Jeremiah 2, verse 28. But where are thy gods that thou hast made thee? Let them arise, if they can save thee in the time of thy trouble. For according to the number of thy cities are thy gods, O Judah. Right? And just like, and it's all the same thing, really, whether you want to go into Christianity, you want to go into Judaism or Islam, all these, even Buddhism and the other religions, all these different religions that Jake always keeps to themselves and Jake always follows, right? Even Jake that aren't religious, that are into, even Jake that aren't religious, that are just into different forms of spirituality, your voodoo, Santa Maria, and things of that nature. When push comes to shove, right? When Jacob's trouble comes, none of these religions will help you. And none of these false idols, because that's exactly what they are, will deliver you. So let's go to this. I believe that is, I've forgotten the exact precept, but it should be Psalms the 96th chapter. So let's go to that. So this is the book of Psalms 96, verse 5. For all the gods of the nations are idols, but Yahweh made the heavens. Right. So let's jump back to this. Eid al-Fitr is the first of two canonical festivals in Islam. Eid al-Fitr marks the end of Ramadan, the Muslim holy month of fasting. Right. And if I recall correctly, and it should even be here, Seth, Eid al-Fitr in the English means Festival of Breaking Fast. Here it is. I think I had highlighted it on the screen right now. The Festival of Breaking Fast. So that's what these Muslims are celebrating. They have a month long, right, fasting. That is basically from sunrise to sunset. So that's 12 hours, 12 hours or so. But let's just read this article, just read this a little bit more. And it writes, Eid al-Fitr marks the end of Ramadan, the monthly holy month, the Muslim holy month of fasting, and is celebrated the first 3 days of Shawwal, the 10th month of the Islamic calendar. Though the Muslim use of a lunar calendar means that it may fall in any season of the year. And this is really showing you, that the Muslim calendar is different from the calendar that we use, because this is supposed to be celebrated on the 10th month, but we know that in the Hebrew calendar, right, we just came out of the first month, so we're in the second month right now. The new moon was yesterday, I believe, April 8th sundown to April 9th sundown. Yeah. So continuing on, as in Islam's other holy festival, Eid al-Adha, it is distinguished by the performance of communal prayer, salat, at daybreak on its first day. Eid al-Fitr is a time of official receptions and private visits, when friends greet one another, presents are given, new clothes are worn, and the graves of relatives are visited. And there isn't really much else going into that, because that's really the summary of what this high holy day, right, is about. And once again, is off completely. And this is really a warning to our people, right? The so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indians, the scattered Israelites that are scattered throughout the four corners of the earth, because you have a significant number of our people, into this Islam as well, and celebrating this high holy day as well. And this is going off because it is not of the Most High Yahweh Sham Yahushai. And the God of Islam, Allah is not the Most High, okay? And Islam is not the true heritage or religion of our people. After all, if you go into the history, you find that Allah is actually a moon god, right? Or was it goddess? I can't remember the exact details, but they have Allah being a moon god, and really the word Allah is goes back to the Hebrew, just like the whole of the Arabic language goes back to the Hebrew, and the word Allah means power, right? So that's not even the yeah, that's not just even the title of the name. Kind of like how you have the god in pagan, in the Canaanite mythology called El, and a lot of these unbelievers are now coming out to say that, oh well, El is actually the El is actually a Canaanite god that our people adopted and now made into their own god, which is why we worship, which is basically, I'm not explaining this well, but basically you have El, which is the chief god of the Canaanites, that a lot of unbelievers are claiming that our forefathers took that god and turned it into the Most High, which is of course going off, right? But because you have these connections in the language, that's why these dumbasses here don't realize that both the Canaanites and the Hebrews, and really anybody that lived in the Middle East at that time, spoke the same language. Even Edomites spoke Hebrew, right? So his course now also another God that's what you see when it comes with unbelievers, their arguments are always very foolish and unlearned, right? And also the same with these pagan religions. It's filled with foolish, and how you can know how it is, right? I'm just saying this as a reminder to our people, that especially you Jakes that are into Islam, because you have a lot of Jakes here in Nigeria. It's even a public holiday right now in Nigeria because of this Ramadan, and got this Ramadan and Eid al-Fitr, right? Sometimes I didn't go to work today. Just been sitting in the house, watching videos, doing a little studying, and finally resting. So yeah, this video has to be done because Jake has to understand that there is no religion, right? There is no philosophy, no doctrine on this earth that surpasses the heritage that we have, which is that Hebrew Israelite heritage. And these high holy days that are celebrated by these pagan religions, right? And these pagan religions themselves are not of the Most High, which is why the scriptures say. Let me get these precepts. Amos 5, verse 21. I despise your feast days, and I will not smell in your solemn assemblies. Though you offer me burnt offerings and your meat offerings, I will not accept them. Neither will I regard the peace offerings of your fat beasts. Right. And this high holy day is supposed to symbolize the end of a month-long fasting. And they are fasting as a sacrifice to, you know, Allah, right? But that sacrifice is not accepted and is not heard or heeded or whatever because you are not worshiping the Most High, Yahweh Hashem Yahshai, right? In sincerity and in truth, right? In truth and righteousness, but rather you are following this wicked religion of Islam, which is going off, and this wicked high holy day, of course, as well, Ramadan once again going off. And even though you see all the things that are happening on the earth right now, right, all the signs that are happening on the earth, and it's funny that now if you ask the question to these Muslims that what does your Quran say about the signs and the things that are happening on the earth, right? The earthquakes, right? The plagues, the times of the end. They don't, they won't have an answer for that because the Quran is not a prophetic book. Even elders and brothers have said this before that the Quran is more of a commentary of the scriptures, but it's not a true prophetic book. The only true prophetic book are the scriptures, and the only people able to break down those prophecies are the men of the Lord, which is why you see the men of the Lord on the highways and byways and teaching the truth and the true understanding of the scriptures and the true power, right? The true, I don't want to use the word Allah, so let me say the true power that rules on the earth. The Quran and its teachings, Islam and its teachings is going off, okay? So with that, let me just end the video right there. That's really all I have to say. Once again, all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Ba'asham Yahweh, Ba'asham Raka Kwadash, Wa Abad Babal, Shalom.